Another good week for the Paulding County Patriots against Lithia Springs, 36-6. What do you take from the win after Friday night?
Winning's always good. Always saying that winning cures all ills and helps everybody out. Being a team like Lithia Springs, one of the things I talk about the kids, growth of a program is you got to beat the teams you're supposed to. In the past, we always haven't done that. And, we've beaten Lithia the last few years, but it's always been a dogfight at the end. It's been real close. And this year, what really took control of things. The game was never in doubt. Really want to highlight the play of our quarterback, Corn Dudinsky, who had sort of, I think, a breakout game. I'm hoping that's Corn we see the rest of the year. Threw for over 100 yards, distributed the ball in the option really well. Had our probably the past three seasons the high total on offense at almost 400 yards. It was a very good ball game for us. Got to play a bunch of kids. It's a very enjoyable game for the Patriots.
What do you see coming ahead with the Rome Wolves coming in as being your biggest?
It's the same thing. The next biggest game is the next game, obviously. Rome comes in. They're a very skilled team. They do a really great job on offense and score a lot of points. Their two wing backs last year, Myron Washington was first team All-State. Really presents a challenge to our defense. They bring up points on everybody. I think South Bend was it like 48-42, or it was a really high scoring game. So it's going to be really a struggle, defensively to slow those guys down because they do a good job at what they do. They're really good special teams that block a lot of kicks. Get very aware of that. Can't give up a kicking game, miscue. Then offensively, for us, it's about us still. We got to run the option. We got to throw the ball at prompt times. Distribute the ball to our backs in different ways. One of the bad things I took from the Lithia game is Thomas Sia. He is a big physical back. Caught about 6 pitches. That presents a problem for the defense now. He's not a dive guy anymore. He's out on the edge, and the defensive back's got to tackle 230-pound Thomas, which is good for us. But he lets us break some keys too. They can't say, oh, the ball's coming over here, the ball's coming over there. It just really helped us and it expanded. I'm real excited about that. Coming up too in this week, I also want to mention too, it is October, breast cancer awareness. We put a goal for the kids. We want to raise $500. We're trying to put a little meaning into Pink Out. Typically, you go to those games and all the kids are running around wearing pink. And they don't know nothing. They think it's cool to wear pink. So I tell them this year, I said, before we do that though, we're going to raise $500 to donate to a worthy cause. Because breast cancer is a terrible disease and affects people. Currently affecting my mother-in-law. Just gone through. Just got through with her last chemo treatment with that. It's a pretty devastating disease. So we're trying to make the kids aware of that. It's just not wearing pink is cool, but there's more to that because it affects. We even have kids on our teams that parents are going through it right now. So we want to put what's important about Breast Cancer Awareness Month is not just wearing pink. It's the awareness plus helping somebody out.
Right.
Once again, I always say this. It's about raising better men. I want them to think about when they see pink to have an idea of what they're doing it for, not just for the sheer fact that they get to. Because usually we don't let them do anything.
Right.
They have to all wear the same color socks, same shoe, all that stuff. This is the game they get to show some personality. So they really look forward to it. But I want them to look forward to it for the right reasons.
Now, Friday night it looked like the offense really kind of came into its own and started doing some things that we've been trying to get them to do for 6 weeks now. How'd that affect your game planning, and how we go from here?
Well, it makes it easier. Obviously, I'm not having to be creative. We can run out there and run the triple option. It was a true triple option. You watched Georgia Tech struggle last week. Paul Johnson said it. They're not very good at the triple option right now. It's hard, and that's really bad for a team that wants to run the triple option.
Right.
And somehow the lights came on, and Corn got out there and he read it, saw it, pitched it, was aggressive with the ball. And he didn't have if you look at his rushing stats, it doesn't look very impressive, but he distributed the ball to backs. We had a bunch of backs at 50, 60 yards, and Thomas had 117. So it was a really good game. He got the balls out in different places, and it made everything else. Then our passing game got better because now the secondary's in a quandary. Well, we can't run inside out. We got to do this, we got to do that. Then he threw the fade ball very, very effective. Had one of our freshmen catch 2 fade balls for almost 100 yards. Tony Golden had a really good game on 82. sort of a breakout game for him too. But it all starts with Corin, becoming the quarterback we thought he could be.
Right.
So I'm really excited about this week, because if he does that, I think we'll move the ball on everybody, because it really puts the defense in the bind. They've thrown it, because the one thing I like about what we're doing, we're spreading the offense, but we're still a downhill run team. We can run right at people and give it to a big back and pound it out. But with him distributing the ball now, it really presents some problems for people.
Right. Now you've got who's in the region talking about how things are shaking out. Who's the biggest surprise to you right now?
I don't know. I think everybody's sort of, in a bubble. I think South Paulding's done a real good job. I think Coach Coster, they went through some personal turmoil over there, and I'm glad to say he is doing better. And was at the game Friday. They've done a really good job. I've always thought South, could be pretty good. They seem to have flipped the script on themselves this year. They're really good on offense, and they don't seem to be as good on defense.
Right.
So I'm sort of curious to see, when they get to, they still got to play. They play North this week. That could be a shootout. Not a betting man, but I'm pretty sure that there's somebody they're gonna bust the over. Then East is, East Mitchell Webb's coming back. I think it's gonna be a real race to the finish here. I think it's gonna be a toss up of who gets in and who doesn't.
What are you expecting out of Friday that Rome could bring that could surprise us?
It's just, it's the big thing is what they do is that those two backs. You stop 23 and 24. It's not some mystical thing. It's those guys. They're their two guys. They're gonna get the ball to them. They're gonna carry the ball a lot, and they do a really good job with it too. It's not like they're just okay. It outruns everybody over there. The linemen do a really good job. They run the buck sweep, which not many people run anymore. Being a wing T, they get up in the crease, and then that guy is a really physical back. That's what they do that presents problems. Is they got two of them, and they do a good job getting them the ball and making you play it. It only takes one missed tackle, and those guys take it to the house. We'll tell you, we're not going to kick it deep to them. People that do pay the price. They return several kicks for touchdowns. We're not going to challenge them out there. We're not going to give them the opportunity.
What expecting a big crowd Friday night? Anything special with going on Friday night that you have planned as far as the
it's just
water boys and things like that?
It's homecoming, and one of the things we do too, trying to build a program. It's getting the job. Sometimes people think about, I want to win right now, and you can do that, but then you build a house out of cards. You're using the thing at Auburn. I don't think maybe they did right or wrong. Something evidently went wrong, because they went from winning a national championship to being 1-11, and
right.
2 years later, they built a team but didn't build a program. So one of the things we do is we bring 2 6th graders and 2 7th graders, 2 8th graders, be the water boys, be around the team, and to be there. Obviously, we'll have our 2 player of the days this week. Levi Bishop and Paul Strange will be the.
Now this is the week that the TV station will be coming.
Yeah, so the class act will be there to videotape some of that. Now, at homecoming is always special. I hope a lot of the alumni comes up. Most people in the county still graduated from us, so I hope a lot of them come back and see. That's one thing I think that people miss out. Paulding County has really had a facelift over the last 3 or 4 years. We have a beautiful facility. It looks, some people may miss, the old powerhouse is gone, or they need to come see what it looks like now. I think they're missing out by not coming back one time. The hill's up, come sit on the hill, watch the games like you used to.
Well, again, congratulations on the award, big award.
Thank you.
Coming out this week.
I appreciate that. But it all comes down to that. I've had a lot of people buy into that. It's not something I can. The football, one of the difficulties is like other sports, whereas I coach wrestling, so I'll use that example. Is you can only care about wrestling sort of by yourself and get things going. And James Chase Wagner did that in Paulding County, and really worked hard and got things going and built us into a top 10 program by himself almost. And I was there watching. I didn't, he obviously knows a lot more than I do. But football, it's like it takes a village to raise a kid.
Right.
It takes a whole school system to build a football program. So, anything that we're doing is just not. It's nothing that I've done. It's what you've done, I've done, Brent Huff's done, David Whitaker. About all the athletic directors or principals. So many people have to have their hands in it for all the way up to Cliff Cole, all the way down to our custodians at our school. It's a team effort to have a football program. Not one person. Anybody of those coaches you mentioned have gone places and done things. They if you want to go out and hire Jeff Herron or you know, somebody like that, you know, he's going to bring 5, 6 guys with him, and they're going to have a list of demands, and because it takes a lot to win in football.
Right. Well, that's it from here. We'll be back next week. See what we can do against Rome.
Hope we have another good showing, and come out and watch us.
Absolutely.